Welcome to Silent Screams, Loud Strength. Today's episode's title is The Man Who Measured His Worth in Control. I am your host, Samantha Avril-Andreassen. They say success is how much you earn, what you drive, what kind of house you live in. But what if a man measures his worth not by what he gave, but by what he would take? By how many voices he would silence, by how tightly he would hold the strings. In today's episode is for every woman who's ever been told she was too emotional, too sensitive, too much. And for every survivor who knows coercive control doesn't always leave bruises, but leaves damage all the same. He said he loved me. He said I was his ride or die. But his love had rules. I couldn't go out without telling him where I was going. I had to ask before I spent money, even if it was my own. He chose what I watched, what I wore, who I could talk to. And slowly I stopped noticing how much of myself I had handed over. One day I looked in the mirror and I couldn't find me anymore. And then came the financial abuse. He took control of the bills, then the account, and eventually the house that was never his in the first place. But that became his weapon. Then the emotional abuse, the constant gaslighting, the way he would twist every memory until I questioned my own sanity. One moment he would praise me, the next he would tear me down with a single sentence. It was like living in a house with no floors, always falling, never grounded. Then the narcissistic abuse. He needed control, admiration, and power. If I didn't make him feel like he was the king, I was deplorable. He played the victim to everyone else, charming, charismatic, believable, while I was left isolated, blamed, and broken. And the physical abuse, it didn't start with a fist. It started with wall punching beside my bed, with slammed doors, with arms that grabbed too tight, and it escalated like it always does, until fear became my daily companion. In my book Homeless, Not Defeated, I wrote, the keys changed, but the worst lock was not the one that had closed around my identity. It was just about losing my home. It was about being erased, totally erased. That's what coercive control does. It makes you doubt your instincts. It makes you believe your survival depends on obedience. It makes you think you are crazy when really you are cornered. He measured his success by how invisible I became, by how many choices he would make on my behalf, and when I tried to leave, he weaponized the system to finish the job. Courtrooms, bailiffs, justice system that believed a man in a suit over a woman who is in a survival mode. But this episode isn't just about him, it's about us. It's about reclaiming our voice, about standing in the wreckage and saying, I am still here, about taking the mic back. It's taking the microphone back and saying, this is my story, not his. is about the women who stay not because they are weak, but because their doors have been kept closed, and the ones who leave only to face another war on the outside. And it's about people who measure success not by power, but by the ability to empower others. If you've been through it, if you're still going through it, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not the sum of what he did. You are not too much. You are enough. You are still here and you matter. If today's episode resonated with you, I invite you to share it, not because we are looking for sympathy, but because silence helps abusers, and speaking like a survivor, it is for your resistance. You can find more from me from my book, which is Homeless Not Defeated, available on Amazon. And if not, you can go onto my website where I speak about topics like this. And if you need support, please do contact me through my website with the same name as my podcast, with the same name as my last name, Samantha Avril-Andreassen. You can find me online.com. And let's champion this. Let's spread the word. Until next time, I am Samantha Avril-Andreassen, and my other books that you might be interested in are Silent Screams, Loud Strength, Healing from Within, or A Little Voice That Roared. They are all on Amazon. Happy listening, happy healing. Stand up and speak for yourself. Own your story. It is your story. By speaking, you are healing yourself one day at a time. Thank you for listening.